Hello students and welcome back to English class. We'll continue with Act 4, Scene 1, line number 380 to 420. And so let's have a quick recap. In the previous scene we have found Shylock realizing that he can never get 1 pound of Antonio's flesh. So he decided to accept the original offer of thrice the amount. But Portia was found to be very stubborn and allows him to have nothing other than his bond. Shylock, defeated, decided to move out of the court. At the same time, we find Portia reminding Shylock of yet another law. According to the law, one half of Shylock's property was to be given to Antonio and other half to the state. So now, the condition of Shylock is very miserable. He is left without any property or any assets with him. He is left as a bankrupt now. So let's see the proceedings of this scene. In the previous scene, we have also seen that Duke, being a very merciful person, allows Shylock to enjoy his wealth under the condition that he need to pay a little amount of fine. So hearing this, Portia interrupts saying that such a concession could be given to Shylock only on the property which is to be confiscated to the state. But what is to be given to Antonio? It should be given as the full sum. So here, let's begin with the dialogue of Shylock. Nay, take my life and all. Pardon not that. You take my house when you do take this prop, the death that sustained my house. You take my life when you do take the means whereby I live. So, in the previous part, we have found Duke telling that he is willing to show mercy towards Shylock by giving half of his property and by levying a small amount of fine. And at the same time, we have found Portia saying that it could be done only with the property that is to be given to the state, but not with the property that is to be passed on to Antonio. So, hearing all these, let's see what Shylock says. Shylock is telling, nay, take my life and all. Pardon not that. So, Shylock now understood that the entire property is to be given to either to the state or to Antonio. So, he is telling, nay, meaning no. Take my life and all. You take away everything from me. Why should you leave my life here when you take all my wealth from me? Pardon, not that. Pardon, not that means you need not leave even that. You need not give back my life to me. You can even have it. You take my house when you take the prop. That is, you are taking away my house. When you take the prop, prop means the supporting pillar or the middle pillar of the house. That is, you're taking my house when you take the prop. That is, when you remove the pillars which support my house. That doth sustain my house, meaning that support my house. That is taking the main pillar and leaving the house there. It means that very soon the house will collapse. So when you take the main pillar, it is similar to taking away the entire house. You take my life when you take away the means by which I can live. Similarly, when you are taking my entire means away from me, that is all my assets, all my money and everything from me, it is just like taking my life away, because I cannot live without my means. See students, this is Shakespearean play. Shakespeare is a supporter of Christians and he is much against the Jewism. So, throughout the play, you can find Shakespeare glorifying Christians and at the same time demeaning the Jews. So, over here, what you are going to find is the Christians are described or they are picturized as very merciful people compared to the stubborn Jews. So, hearing this, we find Portia asking to Antonio, what mercy can you render him, Antonio? So, Portia is asking, what is it mercy? What sort of mercy can you show to Shylock now? She's asking to Antonio. So hearing this, Gratiano's comment. A halter gratis, nothing else for God's sake. So Gratiano is telling, the best option or what you can give to this man is a halter gratis. Halter gratis means give him a rope to hang himself. A rope to hang himself. Nothing else, nothing more than that. For God's sake. Gratis means free of cost. Halter means a rope. You give it free of cost. Nothing else, nothing more than that. Please, for God's sake. Antonio. So please, my lord, the Duke and all the court to quit the fine for one half of his goods. I am content. So he will let me have the other half in use to render it upon his death unto the gentleman that lately stole his daughter. So Antonio is telling, so please, my lord, that is, if it pleases everyone, my lord, Duke, and all the people in the court, to quit the fine for one half of the goods. It will be enough if you remit the fine for one half of his goods. That is, now one half of the property is to be given to Antonio and one half to the state. So Antonio is telling, it will be enough if you remit the fine for one half of his goods. And to quit the fine for one half of the goods, I am content. I will be satisfied with that. So he will let me have the other half in use to render it upon his death unto the gentleman who lately stole his daughter. So what he says is that I will be satisfied if he will let me have the other half in trust, so that it may be given to Lorenzo, who has stolen his daughter Jessica, and after his death. So now the condition laid down by Antonio is that what he is requesting Duke is that one half of the property which is with the state, let it be given back to Antonio, to Shylock, after levying a small amount of fine. And the other half which is with Antonio, it will be kept with Antonio and will be passed on to the hand of Lorenzo and Jessica after the death of Shylock. Two things provided more, but in order to do all these, two more conditions a Shylock need to follow. That for this favor, he presently become a Christian. First condition is that in order to get all these favors, he should become a Christian. And the other that he do record a gift here in the court of all he dies possess unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter. Second condition is that he should also draw a gift deed, or he should record a gift deed before the court. And in accordance with that deed, the condition is that after his death, all he dies possess, whatever he has got with him during his death, should be passed on to his son Lorenzo and his daughter, should be inherited or should be passed on to the name of Lorenzo and his daughter Jessica. So Duke is telling, he shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I lay pronounced here. So Duke is telling, definitely Shylock should follow all these, or else I cannot, or I should withdraw the pardon which I have pronounced now, which I have passed now. Portia, art thou content Jew? What does thou say? So Portia is now asking to Jew or Shylock, are you satisfied with the decision made here? What do you say about it? So Shylock is totally shattered at that moment. He cannot say anything else other than, I am content. Portia to Nerissa, clerk, draw a deed of gift. So Portia is telling to Nerissa now. Nerissa, who has come along with Portia in the form of a clerk, right, who's disguised as a clerk there. Portia is telling to Nerissa, clerk, draw a deed of gift. You can write a gift deed by now. I pray you, give me leave to go from hence. So Shylock is totally shattered. He didn't want to be at the court anymore, because he has come there with a great desire to give punishment to Antonio, but is going as a total bankrupt now. So Shylock is telling, I pray you, I just request you, give me leave to go from hence. You just allow me to go home now. He says, you just send the deed after me, I will sign it. You just send the deed, gift deed to me, I will sign it. Duke, get thee gone, but do it. So Duke is telling, if it is so, you may leave now. But see that you sign the gift deed. So Gratiano is telling to Shylock now. Gratiano never misses any opportunity to make fun of Shylock. So he is telling, in christening shall thou have 2 godfathers. Had I been the judge, thou should have 10 more to bring thee to the gallows, not to the font. So Graciano is chilling. Now it is your christening session that is going to happen here. Because you remember, as per the contract, what is said now is that Shylock can get half of his property for use now and the other half will be kept with Antonio. Right? So in order to get this half of the property to be used now, two conditions are associated there. First is that he should become a Christian, and second is that after his death, the entire property should be given to Lorenzo and Jessica. So Graciano is telling. So now the condition is that because you are willing to become a Christian, you are willing to become a Christian, you need not have many judges to decide your case. Thing is that what it means is that in christening, thou shalt have two godfathers. In order to baptize a child or in order to baptize a person, we need the presence of only two godfathers. That is one own father and the other is the godfather who is involved in christening. That is the one who give the christening, give the name to the baby in Christianity. That may not be the real father, it will be some other relative of that baby. Understood? So usually in order to christen a baby, two fathers are required. I mean two fathers are involved in that ceremony. One is own father and the other is a godfather or the one who is engaged in the custom or in the ceremony of giving christening or christening the baby. Clear? So Graciano is telling, if I had been the judge, it won't be enough with two godfathers because what I will decide is not christening you. It's not to baptize you, but to kill you. Had I been judge, thou should have 10 more. So as a result, if I had been the judge of yours, I will never decide to christen you. It will be definitely to kill you. As a result, you will find 10 judges to bring thee to gallows, because in order to kill a person, one or two judges will not decide. It will be a group of judges together. So there will be 10 judges, and finally the decision will be to take you to the gallows to execute you, and not to the font. Not to the font means or not to make you a Christian. So since it is going to be a christening ceremony of yours, you will find only two godfathers here. But if I had been the judge, since my decision will be to kill you, definitely they would have been 10 judges. Because my decision will be to take you to gallows and not to the font. Now it's an happy ending as far as this case is for Antonio and his group. Even Duke is happy about it. So since Shylock has left, Duke is telling to Portia, Sir, I entreat you home with me to dinner. I'd like to invite you to my home for dinner. So hearing this, Portia is telling, I humbly do desire your grace of pardon. I must away this night towards Padua, and it is meet I presently set forth. So Portia is telling, I humbly do desire your grace of pardon. That is, please pardon me your grace. I must away this night towards Padua, because I should leave for Padua today itself. And it is meet I presently set forth. And it is very important that I should start soon. And it is meet, it is important I presently set forth. I start just now or very soon. So hearing this, Duke, I'm sorry that your leisure serves you not. So Duke is telling, oh, I'm really sorry because your free time is not. You don't have enough spare time to spend with us. Antonio, gratify this gentleman. So now Duke is telling to Antonio, Antonio, such a great thing this Portia or this lawyer has done for you. So do gratify this gentleman. Do satisfy this man with whatever gift or present you can give. For in my mind, you are much bound to him, because according to me, or what I think is that you are greatly indebted to this lawyer now. Isn't it? It is because of the presence of this lawyer, Antonio is saved. Isn't it? So Duke is telling, I think that you are the person who is most indebted to you. So try to satisfy this gentleman before he leave in whatever manner you can. So saying this, the Duke, the nobles and the officers of the court leave. So dear children, we will wind up our class here today, and remaining we will do in the next class.